guys, and welcome back to a new episode of the Football and Plus F1 show. Today we're going to talk about today's Premier League games. We're also going to preview more of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix this weekend. So let's get started. Let's start with the Premier League games. Today's Premier League games. And maybe if I have enough time, before I move on to Formula 1, I could also talk about other leagues as well. But let's start with the Premier League first. There's two big games. There's the one with the 12:30 kickoff, which is Liverpool against Everton, the Merseyside derby. I think it's the better derby of the all three, in my opinion. The North London derby, Manchester derby. North London derby is a good derby, but it's not. I think there's only one team who always wins it. Whereas the Manchester derby is not the derby. It is not the derby. Let's be honest. Whereas Liverpool vs Everton, it's actually a derby, whereas it can be very intense between the two clubs. We saw it last year in Goodison Park, and most of the time Liverpool win, but Everton beat Liverpool at Anfield like few years ago, and Everton beat Liverpool the final game of Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool manager for the Merseyside derby. So yeah, it can be intense, it can be tough, and for sure. Everton will put everybody behind the ball. They'll make everything they can to make it difficult for Liverpool. Make it difficult for Liverpool, and Liverpool came back of a good win against Atletico Madrid. Played very well. Should have made it more comfortable for themselves at the end, but at the end they still got the win with the last-minute winner from Virgil van Dijk. Is the players likes of Isaac is gonna play, Versus should play. Isaac, there's from what I heard from Arne Slot, there's concerns that he's not going to play in this game. So let's see, considering he played I think 50 minutes against Atletico Madrid. So yeah, but what do we expect from this game? Well, I expect 100% that Everton are gonna sit back, park the bus, put everybody behind the ball, or make it difficult as much as they can for Liverpool, which is completely understandable. Everton, they have had a decent start to the season in the Premier League. They've played 4 games. They've won 2, they drew 1 and lost 1. And one of their talisman, their best players those 4 games was Jack Grealish. So looking forward to see how is he going to do this game, even though most of it Everton will sit back. Liverpool, they're going to attack, they're going to have a lot of possession, but it's about whether they can break that low block of Everton, because they struggled for majority of the game to break down the low block of Burnley last weekend, and it was decided by a penalty in the last minute. So let's see. I'm intrigued to see how Liverpool is going to cope with this low block of Everton, especially it's a Merseyside derby as well. So. But they've got their fans behind them, which is going to help, of course. So, yeah, and Liverpool will be hoping to continue, the 100% record, because it's fun I say that, because a lot of people treat Liverpool be very, very, very poor, but they've won every game they played this season, except the Community Shield. Every game they played, they've won. So, yeah, my score prediction. I'm going for a 1-0 win for Liverpool. Burnley against Nottingham Forest. By the way, Nottingham Forest, they've got knocked out of the Carabao Cup against Swansea. Ange Postecoglou said, after the game against Arsenal, that how many months it would take for him to get his philosophy across the Nottingham Forest players. And he said it won't be weeks and months, it will be on Wednesday. Well, Wednesday got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. To be fair, they were winning 2-0, and then after that they concede 3 goals, and they throw it away. So yeah, the first chance for the trophy for Ange at Nottingham Forest is gone, but there's still FA Cup, still Europa League. So yeah, but he'd be hoping to get his first win as a new manager, as a manager of Nottingham Forest. And they played Burnley away, who put in a decent effort against Liverpool last weekend. And Burnley, they've they're not, they've won one, they've lost three, but to be fair, they've played some of the big teams like, Tottenham, Liverpool, United, if you want to include United as a big team. So this is another tricky game as well. But it's a game that also Nottingham Forest need to win for Ange to get his first win and build that good momentum. Build that momentum. My prediction: I'm going for a 2-0 win for Nottingham Forest. Brighton against Tottenham. Tottenham have had a very very good start to the season, coming back of a Champions League win against Villarreal. They look very good form. They started the season quite well, but they play Brighton away, and Brighton. It's been an okay start to the season for them. Not spectacular, but okay. But Brighton, they're always a tricky side to play against. The only win that came from Brighton was against Manchester City. So yeah, but it's gonna be a tricky game for Tottenham. Brighton always puts up a good fight against the big teams, particularly at home. So it won't be easy game at all for Tottenham. My score prediction: I'm going for a 1-1 draw. West Ham against Crystal Palace. Graham Potter is under pressure, and if he loses his game, he will mostly get sacked. I'm going for 2-1 win for Crystal Palace. Wolves against Leeds. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. And final game, Manchester United against Chelsea. Another big game. Chelsea, coming back of a defeat on midweek against Bayern Munich. That's third away game they play in a row in 7 days. Chelsea hoping to bounce back after draw to Brentford and losing to Bayern Munich. Manchester United, they've not had a good start to the season at all. The Carabao Cup, losing to City, losing to Arsenal, drawing Fulham, and Amorim is under pressure already. So. To be fair, also, Chelsea have never won at Old Trafford since 2013. Oh my god, 2013, listen, records are there to be broken. Don't get me wrong, records are there to be broken, but 2013, Chelsea have never won at Old Trafford since then. 2013 was when Sir Alex Ferguson was still the Manchester United manager. 2013 where Rafa Benitez, I think he was managing Chelsea in that game when they won it last time. That's crazy. Since 2013, I mean, I was 5 years old back then. And look who I am right now. I mean, yeah, crazy. 2013, even in the years of United struggling last year and Chelsea winning Champions League under Tuchel and winning Premier League under Conte, they never won at Old Trafford since then. Wow, crazy. But they have a chance to break that curse, you could say, this today. United are not in very very good form at all. Chelsea, they need to get back to one ways. They need to bounce back. There's been Enzo Maresca was kind of not fighting, but was ruthless in his press conference. He was asked about Disassi and Sterling having a hard time at Chelsea. And obviously they were not in the part of the squad for the Premier League for Chelsea, and they're training alone. And the reporter asked him about Disassi and Sterling being human beings and having a hard time at Chelsea. And this is what he said. Let's listen what he said.
My father is 75 years old, and for 50 years he has been fisherman, working for 2 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning. This is hard in life, not a player the way they work.
Wow. I mean, he's right. I mean, being a fisherman, as far as I was, or is, I don't know, but working for 50 years and 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's hard. That's more hard than being a footballer. He's right on that. Those players like the Disassi and Sterling, they're getting paid a lot of money They get paid a lot of money. Let's be honest. Let's not forget that they're there to do their jobs. And yes, they want to have aspirations as players. They have their goals, but they're paid professional. So I completely understand and agree with Marissa's comments. The Sassy, I mean, he's not good enough anyway. Sterling, I mean, he's past the. He's no longer the player that he was in the past. So yeah, but Manchester United against Chelsea. My prediction. I don't know. I mean, it's difficult because you got a team that is absolutely rubbish like Manchester United, and you've got a team that haven't won there since 2013. But even though they're a much better team than United, it's very difficult to say. But no, I don't care. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Chelsea. I think Chelsea will win, and I think Chelsea will break that curse. Yes, they might have haven't won this since 2013, but records are there to be broken. So yeah. And yeah, now I do have enough time. Let's move on to other leagues. Real Madrid play against Espanyol. Dean Hedgerson is not going to play for Real Madrid because he's still suspended, even though the people in Spanish league admitted that the sending off was unfair. So they say that the sending off was unfair, but he still gets sanctioned. The suspension is still there. Like, I don't understand, honestly, the referees in La Liga, honestly. But anyway, Real Madrid, they play against Espanyol. Real Madrid have had a very good start to the season in terms of results. So is Espanyol, who are third in the Spanish league. It's not going to be an easy game for Real Madrid because Espanyol have done really well and they're a good side. And obviously, because let's not forget, last season they were fighting for relegation, and this season they did really, really well. Espanyol I'm talking about. So, but Real Madrid at home, they should win. I'm going for a 2-0 win for Real Madrid. Okay, Serie A, we've got Verona against Juventus. Juventus had a crazy game against Borussia Dortmund, but they play away to Verona. It's a game that even though it's away, but I still think Juventus should still win. I'm going for a 2-1 win for Juventus. Udinese against AC Milan. AC Milan, they've had decent start to the season in the Serie A, and Udinese have had a very, very good start to the season. I'm going for a 1-0 win for AC Milan. Bundesliga. Hoffenheim against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich coming off a good win in midweek against Chelsea. They play Hoffenheim, who've had a good start to the season as well, but Bayern Munich much better than, but even better, I should say. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Actually, I think Hoffenheim will put a bit of a good fight on and make it difficult for Bayern. And finally, are PSG playing Liga today? No, they're not. They're not going to play Liga today. Okay, so that's it, guys. Now let's move on to Formula 1.